how do you think that how do you think the Jaguars could fare this year? Like, what is the best case scenario for the Jaguars in your opinion?
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about last year a little bit. Urban Meyer is a terrible NFL coach. I mean, I felt like everybody knew that, but I'm gonna tell you one thing about the Jaguars owner, and this one I knew he was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
He said the Jaguars was a part of the AFL like a couple years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, yeah, this guy's just out of touch. He's out of touch. So when he brought Urban Meyer in, talking about to win, I'm like, yeah, he's still out of touch.
Mm-hmm.
So that owner is just terrible. But to answer your question, they went 3-14, like you said, in the midst of Chop House. I feel like nobody was really teaching Trevor Lawrence. This year, I feel like he'll be coached in a way to improve because we all know Trevor Lawrence has the talent. Now you bring in Christian Kirk, who I feel like they kind of did overpay for, but you needed somebody. Still got Marvin Jones Jr., who's been a 1,000-yard receiver in this league.
Yeah.
So you now have weapons with a young quarterback in Trevor Lawrence, who you know had the talent. James Robinson comes back off an injury. I feel like they'll use him more, who had 1,000 yards after his undrafted rookie. He had 1,000 yards. So I do think the Jaguars will improve, which I guess you can say, well, they were 3-14. And of course they're going to improve.
Yeah, have to.
But I think best case scenario, and this is without me looking at the schedule, they could win 7 games. Now they also have the infamous. That's best case scenario. That's like if everything is firing all cylinders.
I got you.
They do have their infamous London game, which we know the Jaguars in London's undefeated.
Yeah.
They played every game in London. They might win the Super Bowl every year. So
I don't know about record. It's kind of hard with this division, seeing as though this division kind of I don't know. But I will say that the best case scenario, I'm not going to put it on record. I'm going to say is the best case scenario is where we start to see Trevor Lawrence make that leap, make that separation from his draft class. Now, I do think that, like I said, the situation that he was drafted into was unlike. I mean, it was horrible. Mm-hmm. But we remember coming into the season, he was touted as like one of the greatest potential draft picks of all time. You know, they were putting him on the same level as Andrew Luck, same level as a Peyton Manning coming out of college. While I don't think he's going to get there week or year 2, I do think that this is a very pivotal year for him, seeing as though, to me, you have a good coach. Your offensive line isn't the best, but it got better than last year, because last year this man was running for his, like, he was damn near as bad as Russell Wilson was.
They signed your boy. They took your boy from Brandon Sheriff.
Yeah. So I think that the best case scenario is you start to really see a consistent growth in Trevor Lawrence. I don't think that they're good enough to really. They have to win more than 3 games, but they don't have to. But I think they're going to win more.
No, they have to.
But
they have to.
But I do think the best case scenario is you start to see a drastic leap in Trevor Lawrence, and I think that's what they're hoping for.